Say thank you until it comes back to you. Do you agree with this? Yes? Yes. Okay, you do. Gratitude is a lethal weapon that, I borrow Herbene's words, she says kindness is a tool, gratitude is a tool that can cut through anything. Please join me in welcoming powerhouses of healing, spirituality, and transformation. I urge you to put your hands together in welcoming the speakers. I welcome Jolien Matson, an energy therapist, someone who truly embodies the unity of consciousness the world over. If I could welcome Nilofer Arshad. Nilofer, are you with us? There you are. Nilofer, a multifaceted trainer, a motivational speaker with over 3 decades of experience, the director of Core Concepts. It's a privilege to have you, Nilofer. Welcome. Deepika Ahuja. Give us a shout, Deepika. Are you here? Ah! The author and founder of Deliver Smiles, someone aiming to create a harmonious and happier work culture within the corporate areas, someone who has been titled one of the 51 most fabulous happiness leaders in the world. How wonderful! How wonderful! I'm even amazed the world even has a thing like this. Beautiful. Aruna M. Basvesar. Aruna? Welcoming Aruna. Please put your hands together for this vivacious lady, the senior principal and correspondent, a well-known educationist, a daughter of the soil of Madurai. Her school is called Adhyapana. Adhyapana. A true educationist. But that's the beauty. Please join me in welcoming the vibrancy that is Angela Hoover. Woohoo! With expertise in family law in the United States of America, believe it or not, she teaches her clients how to face the adverse circumstances through spirituality and spiritual tools. That's this lawyer. Beats me. Please put your hands together for this beautiful set of women. Jolien, would we be so lucky to have you share your experience and vibrations with us?
I feel that I'm in a room of giants. I really do. I have never been in a room of so many accomplished people who have dreamed their dream and brought it into reality for this world. So first of all, I want to say you are my champions. I look at all of you and I really feel that. We are champions. I also want to bring some new language in. I also believe that you are the unvanquished dreamers of great peace, because we are in the fifth world of peace, and I am a peacemaker and a peacekeeper, as are you. Or you wouldn't be here. Everything that we're doing is to bring about peace, and we've had to do it within first. So I grew up in a Salvation Army children's home in Calgary, Alberta. I spent 10 years in the children's home, and I was very protected and really had a beautiful, beautiful childhood. Moving forward, 15 years ago, I sold my house. Actually, I moved out of the relationship, and I sold what I could, and I went into world service, and that brought me into South Africa. So 2 years in South Africa, and then I ended up in India. I have been in India serving for 13 years. 12 of these years, thank you. Yeah. 8 of these years have been with the Mahatma schools. And I have an opportunity to share the water crystals of Dr. Masaru Emoto. I have a water course. I share neuroscience by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I share meridian taps that energize your body. And I pretty much can teach anything I like. Nobody tells me what to teach. I simply get together with the teachers and I tell them what my course is this year. This year it's Mastering Your Field. And they tell me how long do you need, what are the standards you would like, and I tell them, and then they sit down and we work out a schedule. So there are 7 schools, and my topic is about gratitude. And when I looked at these words, I thought, you know, if you're a grateful person, and we all are here, everybody talked about gratitude, how can you not be in gratitude? Gratitude is organic. It is absolutely a natural way to be. But if you are thinking, thank you, till it comes back to you, it's sort of a strategy. That was my first thought. So, but guess what? Today, this afternoon, I remembered that 10 years ago, there was an abundance course that ran across the planet. And there were 5 principles. The one I want to share is this one. For that which you wish for yourself, be the source for someone else. And this initiative has, look what it's done for everybody. Who would have thought we would have such a great time? Thank you, Habreen. Thank you, Mamta. Thank you, all the women who organized it. Thank you, each and every one of you, for your contribution to my life, because I've heard the most exquisite talks and wondered, wow, what could I bring that would be, you know, to add to it. So I'm going to get each and every one of you to turn to someone new, and say, my name is, and I am grateful you are here today. Please look them in the eye so we can have a real... So tell me if this little exercise isn't the answer for gratitude. You can, yes. Okay, everybody, you think you're done, but you're not done. Please go to another partner, and here's what you're going to say. And by the way, they do this in neuroscience at Joe Dispenza's course. I change it a bit in mine. I want you to introduce yourself again, and I want you to say, I am a genius. I am supernatural. Please go ahead. I am a genius, and I am supernatural. Natural. So don't you think that's a good strategy? I don't need to say anything more. And I didn't even have a bell ring. Pretty good. How am I doing? Okay. Yes, thank you. So I really, truly, truly say that I am in the field, the quantum field, where all things are possible with you. I'm here now. Even though I feel all this energy and vibration from, I had to move up front and get into the physical energy of feeling. I've never met a group of such conscious, awakened, feeling human beings. We are remarkable. Thank you.
Yeah, no bell for you. That's just because you distracted us. What a beautiful, resounding example of what happens when people open their hearts. When Julian makes you open your heart up, there is an absolute gorgeous energy of celebration. That's it. We were only here and now. Even though we were your guinea pigs. Welcoming our next speaker, Nilofer Arshad. Please put your hands together for this lovely lady, a motivational speaker of many, many years.
Welcome. Am I too tall for this?
We can kick you out of the way.
A very good evening to all of you ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so privileged to be here. I thank Dr. Harbin, Mamta and her wonderful team, and my wonderful team from Chennai, Sakina, Veena, Rajshri, Varsha, Shweta, Abhirami, and Rajshri, and Pramila. I thank them because they have given me so much of inspiration to come here. And today, as we are going to be talking about gratitude, I thought it is only fitting that I thank you all in the beginning. And before I start, I would like to tell you a small incident. There was this little boy who was blind, and he was sitting on the stairs and begging for some coins. And he had a box which people were off and on throwing some coins. But it was not too much. There was a girl who passed by, and he had put up a small board saying, please help, I'm blind. And this girl, she came and gave him some coins. And she also took the board, turned it around, and wrote something, left it, and went away. Now, soon after that, a lot of coins started falling into the box, this boy's box, and he was really happy. And in the evening, when the girl returns, she meets him, and she says, you know, how are you? And he recognizes her by the voice, and he said, you're the lady who did something. What did you do? And she said, I wrote the same thing, but I just changed what I wrote. It meant the same thing, but I changed. And on it, what was written was, today is a beautiful day, and I cannot see it. So this girl had made everybody who looked at it be thankful for the fact that they could see today, which this boy couldn't. So gratitude here, they all were very thankful for the fact that they could see. And that created so much of empathy and goodwill that they wanted to help this boy more. So that is the power of gratitude. Today, all of us in this room have a lot to thank the universe for, thank people for, thank families for, even thank people who have opposed us and criticized us for. Because gratitude is something that, you know, it creates positivity. Now, look at us. For example, for me, I have had a very long journey in my life, and I have faced a lot of hardships. I have struggled a lot to come to where I am. And I'm very thankful for all those struggles. For every time that I fell and I got up, I became stronger. And the struggles, you know, not only make you stronger, they make you more empathetic to somebody else. So, you know, when you are in pain, you know that you're not going to give the same pain to somebody else. So, such is the power of gratitude. I would also like to say that I'm very fortunate to be alive, because, you know, just 3 months back, I read a news report wherein a little newborn baby was buried alive somewhere in North India and had stuffed mud into her mouth simply because they did not want a girl child. And she was, you know, they said it would be a burden, they would not be able to take care. And this is just one such incident that happens among thousands and thousands of incidents which go generally unreported. So when I say I'm thankful to be alive, I'm thankful that my parents loved me, gave me the education, helped me. And not only me, I think we all have to be thankful for the fact that we have come from families who have helped us, who want us, who love us. So the thankfulness is because, you know, today we are in a position where we can empower people and encourage them to grow and to develop and to become somebody else. So I would also like to state one more incident, which when somebody was talking about the Holocaust, Viktor Franklin, I don't know if you have read, you know, he was also in one of those, you know, concentration camps that was there. And he was, I think he was a neuroscientist. He was a highly educated man, and he was stripped of all his dignity, in, you know, like many people were in the camps. And he has written a book called Man's Search for Meaning. And if you must read that book to understand that happiness comes from within. You know, your courage, everything that you require in this world is within you. And it all comes from the feeling of saying that I'm thankful to be alive. You know, he had, the people, the inmates in those camps went through unimaginable, you know, torture and you know, discomfort. But here was a man who, in the times of his own distress, was motivating people, who was, you know, sharing a small bit of bread with somebody else, telling them that let's live to see another day. You know, there is hope. Do not lose hope. And he said, let us be grateful for the fact that we are alive. There's a saying in Hindi saying, Jaan hai to jahan hai. So, you know, the fact that we are alive, we are celebrating life, we have so much to look forward to, we have a tomorrow, is something that is very important. So today, I have a company, I've had a career of about 25 years in the corporate, and over the period, a lot of people have helped me come up to my position. And today, after I had quit my corporate career about 10 years back to come, and I'm into training, development, personal development. Basically, my whole idea is to create people who believe in themselves, who are thankful for the fact that they have the power to make another person happy. So that is my endeavor. And I'm also very happy to be a part of this group. And I'm also very happy to be a woman, you know, who has been empowered. And I would also like to say that let's all be happy that we are women, because we have the kind of power nobody else has. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nilofer, for helping us reclaim the ingredients of success. Usually we're like go-getter. You're like go-giver. Thank you. I'd like to invite our next speaker, Deepika Ahuja, an author and founder of Deliver Smiles. Welcoming you, Deepika. Beautiful in yellow. Sunshine. Sunshine in the evening. You need this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My height doesn't allow me to stand. So I guess this is the first time since yesterday that this tool has been removed, and I hope that this will be cut from the video. Okay, good evening everyone. Say thank you until it comes back to you. What a profound statement this is, and it reminds me of a story of my son, Lakshya. Back in 2016-17, I was dealing with clinical depression, and when psychological interventions, medications, healings, and therapists, everything ceased to work, my newly inherent belief in gratitude started showing its magic. I was really mesmerized to see the impact of this small daily exercise, and I thought to pass this to my son so that it becomes his way of living. So one day, breaking the norm of bedtime story, I told him that this would be a day when we practice gratitude. With a lot of resentment and a few interrogations, he started with his list of gratitude. I am thankful for my mama. Second, I am thankful for my papa and my grandparents. This itself had ignited a spark of pride in me because he had placed mama before his father. Jokes apart, third on the list were his toys. And then there was silence in the room. He could not think of anything else to be grateful for. I intervened and I told him about the house that he lives in, about the wonderful school that he gets privileged to go to, and the meals that he gets. And as a mother, I also told him about the underprivileged kids who do not have access to these basic things in life. After pondering for a while, he said, "Mama, why should I thank God for this?" I was taken aback because otherwise he is a very compassionate and an empathetic child, and I thought to myself that he is probably not able to understand that whatever we have been bestowed upon is a blessing of Almighty. I asked him, "Why do you think you should not be thankful to God for all this?" And his answer to this question jolted me and my values to the core. He said, "Because he has not given it to all the kids in the world. I will be thankful when he gives it to all the kids." A 7-year-old kid brought a new dimension to my process of gratitude. And that dimension was of love, compassion, and empathy. Since that day onwards, me and my son engaged ourselves in a lot of volunteering activities to help the underprivileged kids. We spent time in orphanages, old age homes, slum areas, and we tried to do our own bit. I started a campaign in my apartment complex wherein me and 15 of my friends sent home-cooked breakfast for 150 kids every day since last 1.5 years. Thank you. So how did it help us? 18th September 2018, my husband and I both lost our jobs sitting in the same room at the very same time. And a time which should idly have troubled us made me feel grateful. I came back home and with folded hands, I thanked God to give me a hardship in life which was recoverable in nature. Job loss was recoverable. I thanked God for not snatching my ability to work and to earn. And most importantly, I thanked God for keeping my kids and my family healthy and secured. And that thank you also came back to me numerous number of times in the last 1.5 years. I became a published author in just 6 months of losing my job. I have worked with some of the biggest corporates in India as their happiness coach. My name got published as top 51 most fabulous happiness leaders in the world. And thank you. And the most evident one right here, right now, is that I have got this opportunity to be on this prestigious stage of Women Economic Forum to share my story. I don't think I could have asked for more. And all this, I got it only in return of gratitude. From my own personal experiences, From my own personal experiences, I can confidently say that one heartfelt thank you to this mighty universe comes back to us in form of abundance, not just once, but infinite number of times, just like an echo. So keep thanking and keep receiving. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray of Sunshine, Deepika, for the recognition of gratitude as being the most powerful and the highest of catalysts to happiness. Such a beautiful embodiment. I said beautiful again. I say that or no? Welcoming our empowering next speaker, Aruna Visweswar, who is an educationist par excellence. People from Madurai know her as a name synonymous with education and the landscape of academia. Her schools are called Adhyapana, which for our international contingents, I will let you know, means the teaching, correct me if I'm wrong, the teaching of sacred books. So there is sanctity in her teaching. We're looking forward to listening to you. Welcoming you. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start with thanking WEF and Mamta and the team for providing us 2 days of immense learning and awakening, a transformation indeed, to have met so many people in different walks of life who have achieved so much beyond their own potential, their own capacities, their own capabilities. Because when a person wills it, I think the sky is the limit. And the members of this audience have proved it, which we have learned over these 2 days. Thank you. The topic given is say thank you till the thanks comes back to you. Mamta told me, ma'am, I'm giving you this topic because I want a Sanskrit quotation. So there it goes. She said Sanskrit and you get it. That's my way of saying thank you, Mamta. It says, Kritagyata eva alankaroti purusham ya sanskrita dharyate kshiyante khalu bhushanani satatam vagbhushanam bhushanam. It means gratitude alone defines the culture of a man, not just his eloquence. It is true that Vani, eloquence, is an adornment to man, but gratitude is the highest level of adornment. And there it goes. We have in English, ingratitude is longer than a traitor's arm. So, coming to gratitude, it is very, very important to say thank you whenever and wherever possible, and sometimes even in impossible situations. I'm not going to talk about myself. Much has been talked about all of us. But let me tell you, over the years, I've learned that there is something called the gratitude effect. And I did look it up and found that there have been immense studies in Yale and Harvard. Cornell has a published book on the gratitude effect, which mainly dwells on the law of reciprocity. And the law of reciprocity says, when you help me feel good about myself, I will help you feel good about yourself with double the results. So there it goes. The gratitude effect was a study where people started sharing thank yous in impossible situations. For example, how do you say thank you when somebody comes to you with a very sad statement of his own life? How can you say thank you? Let's say a friend of yours lost his very dear one, a parent, and you are expected to say thank you in that kind of a circumstance. It's very difficult. But they say, it would be very good to tell that person, your friend, thank you for sharing your grief with me. I feel privileged to be sharing this moment with you. And it says, it does a lot to help the friend get over his grief, because he knows that in you, he has a true friend for sharing whatever problems he's ever had in life. Now, consider another situation where you are late. Now, running late is frustrating to the person who's waiting, is depressing to the person who is running late. And then you go meet that person. Instead of trying to apologize, instead of trying to say, oh, I'm sorry I was late, this happened, that happened, they say the better thing would be to say, thank you for your patience, thank you for waiting for me. It immediately raises the self-esteem of the person who's waiting for you, because he feels honored that you've considered him a recipient of your gratitude. And you are indeed grateful because you tell him so. Again, supposing we are receiving an unflattering remark. I do remember a friend who was told, you see, you should mind, and men pardon me, this friend was told, oh, you should mind the way your hips roll when you're walking. And she was simply flabbergasted. She said, what? Now, imagine this. Because we just had a lesson on gratitude and she's supposed to say a thank you. So and whereas in her mind it says, oh yeah, let me see your video and see how you walk. But then what did she do? She said, thank you. I'm sure I'll be able to correct myself. And there, this friend felt immediately subdued. She couldn't go on, because there are some people who do make nasty remarks. Can you make it, turn it to suit your convenience? That's the way gratitude works. I'll just like to leave you with two small stories, if possible, again, if time permits. One, Farmer Fleming, a Scottish farmer, very poor farmer, was in his farm one day when inside the farmhouse he heard a sound of a boy crying. He ran out and he found a boy trapped in a quicksand mire. The boy was sinking. So Farmer Fleming managed to pull him out. That was it. Washed the boy went his way. Next day morning, there was a carriage that came and stood outside Farmer Fleming's farmhouse. Out stepped a nobleman, and he came in and he said, sir, thank you very much. Yesterday you rescued my son. I am so grateful to you. Please accept this money. Farmer Fleming's honor was stuck to the quick, and he said, I'm sorry, that was my way of helping this child. I will not accept any money. The nobleman turned, he was about to leave, and he saw Farmer Fleming's small boy working in the farm, and he said, sir, is that your son? Fleming said, yes. So this nobleman said, please allow me to take care of his studies. I will send him to the best of the schools. And Farmer Fleming could not refuse because his wife from behind said, please, Dad. So the boy, little Fleming, went to school, went to the best of universities, and the gratitude did not end there because Alexander Fleming became the discoverer of the penicillin, and the nobleman's son, nobleman was Churchill, the father. Winston Churchill got saved because of that same penicillin. Gratitude does come back, and it will. Again, one more small story that was for 1 minute, I know. So, Lieutenant Commander Vishal, a jet pilot, had just escaped, parachuted to safety after his jet was caught by enemies, fired, and he was rescued by the parachute. He came down, and he was relaxing with his wife in a restaurant when the man from the next table got up, came and said, sir, you are Mr. Vishal, and you just rescued yourself, parachuted to safety. So Vishal was surprised. He said, how did you know? And the man said very proudly, sir, I am the one who packed your parachute. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with this thought. Every day, somebody is packing our parachute. The emotional parachute, the spiritual parachute, the physical parachute. Please be grateful. Let us all be grateful to the parachutes that are packed by others for us. Thank you.
And thank you for uplifting us with your powerful parachute this afternoon. Thank you. I'd like to invite our last speaker. Please join me in welcoming once again Angela Hoover. Woo!
Thank you. The law of attraction is always at work, regardless of your thoughts, your words, and your actions. The law of attraction is always at work. Now, how many of you recently, or even not recently, have said things like, why is this happening to me? Why are you doing this to me? How many of you guys have said that ever? Everybody put your hand up. You've all said it at some point in your life. Why is this happening to me? I'm going to tell you a secret, friends. It doesn't matter why. You know what matters? What matters is what you can learn from it and what you can create from it. Now, a few years ago, I was saying, why is this happening to me all the time? I grew up in a very privileged home. I had a great family. My parents are absolutely amazing. They're both highly educated. They're both judges in the United States. My grandparents are awesome. I have a wonderful life. When I was young, I grew up having a wonderful life. I never wanted for anything. My parents provided everything that I needed and most of the things that I wanted. They also made sure that I had an education. Not only an education in school, but also a cultural education. They made travel a priority. They made sure that I was exposed to other people and other places and other cultures so that I could understand and be grateful for the things that I had in my life. They also made sure that I had a spiritual education, and they encouraged my very special connection with the angels. They named me Angela. And even though I had this amazing childhood and this amazing family, and I'm well educated, I have a doctorate degree, I'm an attorney in the United States, I ended up meeting someone, and I was in a relationship with him for 9 years. And during those 9 years, there was much abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and financial abuse. And you may be wondering, how can a strong woman like me put up with that for 9 years? Well, friends, it's because what you think about, what you speak about, and your actions create your reality. The law of attraction is always at work. And if you are thinking, why is this happening to me? Why is this terrible thing going on? Instead of, what can I learn from it? And what can I create from it? Then the terrible things will continue to come back and come back and come back. So after several years of being in this relationship and after only 15 months of marriage, I decided to be done with it. But I wasn't sure what I was going to do because on one hand, I'm putting up with this terrible situation, and on the other hand, I'm in my mid-40s. I'm sorry, my mid-30s. Whew. Yikes. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm 40 now, not my mid-40s. Anyway, I'm in my mid-30s, and I don't have any children. And is this my last chance to have children? That's what I was thinking to myself. So I said, angels, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this situation. What am I supposed to do? I need a really big sign. And a few minutes later, I was outside walking my dog, and it had snowed, which is very unusual in my town because I'm in the southern part of the United States. It'd be like it's snowing here. It snowed, and I slipped, and I fell, and I hit the side of my house with my head, my left ring finger, and I fell backwards and broke my leg. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the United States, we wear our wedding rings on our left ring finger. And that was my sign from the angels and from the universe that it was time to move on. And so it was very difficult emotionally for me to move on from that situation because he had been part of my entire adult life. So what I did was I said, thank you for the lessons, and I sent him off with love. If you align yourself with the feeling of how you want to be, and you can decide how you want to be, you can say thank you to the things that are bad in your life. If you have a situation in your life that you want to change, how are you going to feel once it is actually changed? And you align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with how you want to feel in the future. And once you are in alignment, your soul is in harmony. Gratitude is the alpha and the omega of alignment. It is the alpha and the omega of harmony for your soul. If you say thank you, it will come back to you by giving you the things that you are looking for. It can't be a thing where you just say thank you because you want it to come back to you. That's not how it works. You can't say thank you for winning the lottery and then win the lottery. That doesn't work. You have to be sincere in your thoughts, your words, and your actions so that you are in alignment with the harmony of your soul. I want to say thank you to Mamta and to the Women's Economic Forum, to Dr. Harbin, and to Mansi for that lovely introduction earlier. I really appreciate it. And I would like to say thank you to all of the other speakers and all of you in the room. I have absolutely learned so much from all of you this weekend, and I have enjoyed my time in India so much. It has been absolutely lovely. You all are absolutely beautiful. I love all the colors in your clothes, and your hospitality has been second to none. Thank you.
What a beautiful encapsulation of this session on gratitude through Angela. The first time I laid eyes on Angela, I said to her, I said, you have such an angelic presence. I didn't know her name was Angela at the time. Thank you, Angela. Thank you.
I just want to thank all the speakers on this wonderful topic, wonderful panel, wonderful contributions. And Mansi, what you said in the beginning about Angela, that she's a lawyer, and look, she does this healing for people. And I just wanted to share with everybody what I read somewhere on the history of medicine and law. And it said when it started, medicine and law were both healing professions. You know, so medicine is healing my body from whatever fragmentation it has gone through, whereas law is healing a society from whatever fragmentation it is going through. So it's great to see law coming back a full circle, even one with one person. It's the angel leading it, so that's a good thing, right? And thank you to everybody. AV, Mamta kept saying AV, so I'm going to take the liberty of saying AV. Thank you for saying that when we say thank you, we diffuse that tension, you know, even if it's, like you said, somebody leaving, just say thank you. You turn that moment of negativity into a healing opportunity for yourself in order to tide over that negativity and find that energy to move on. So I think it was such a beautiful session. Helps us that just that word mantra of thank you and that feeling of gratitude helps us adapt and adjust to whatever life's throwing at us, the lemons to the lemonades. So thank you so much, everybody.
And thank you, Harbeen. I'm in deep and profound gratitude of you, soul sister. And we're all connected in a sutradhara of love, gratitude, and sisterhood from this moment on. And in recognition of that, I'd like to call upon Jolien Matson to please accept this honor as an exceptional woman of excellence at the Women Economic Forum in the city of Madurai. Nilo